All right, looks like it's all up. Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another day of weird news with everyone's favorite retard on the internet, Perk60 Wolf. Hello, I'm happy to be here with you all today, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about what we touched on at like midnight last night, because I've had a chance to look into it a little more and contemplate it a little more and think about how funny it actually is. And yeah, we're going to talk about that, or at least we're going to open talking about that and see where we get from there. Yeah. So last night around midnight, we came back live and we were talking about some funny news I had seen that Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes had both been reinstated to be promptly rebanned within hours. No, I mean, I get it. Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones say some fairly unhinged things. They've got some wild takes. Yeah. But well, I don't believe any of their wild takes violate any TOS or any laws, because they tend to be real good about just how far they push that line. Kind of know what they're doing in that regard. That's why, at least in the case of Steven Crowder, he won all of his lawsuits. But maybe they did cross a line. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about the fact that public optic on it. Google's basically shot themselves in the foot. And if you'll allow me, I will explain. So it all starts from this here, which is directly from the U.S. House press releases. Biden didn't fucking throw Biden under the bus. Google, the owners of YouTube, threw the Biden administration under the bus. In my opinion, to shake off some of the stigma they've gained for banning accounts that did not violate TOS and did not violate the law, and in effect did nothing to violate to the point that their channels should have been banned. And they explain the Biden administration pressured Google to censor Americans and remove content that didn't violate YouTube's policies. The administration censorship pressure was unacceptable and wrong. And I mean, this is what Google came out and said, that they had been pushed to do the stuff by the administration and basically strong arm. Public debate should never come. A company never used third-party fact checkers. Europe's censorship laws target American companies, blah, blah, blah. So, they did a whole bunch of, it's their fault, it's his fault, these people did it, we were just doing what we were told, don't hate us, we didn't have a choice. They came in and they used big words and they made our peepees feel small, so we did what they said because we're spineless facts who have no fucking morality. Wait, no, I mean, I don't mean that. They forced us. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Yeah, they forced us. Wasn't us. We didn't do nothing. They forced us. You can read Google's full letter here. Really, you're gonna PDF me? I fucking hate PDF. I mean, cause mail, blah, blah, blah. Like 5 fucking pages. Jesus. 1, 2. Okay, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 pages. But whatever, long and short, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's fault but Alphabet and Google and YouTube. We didn't do it. It wasn't us. We didn't choose to do it. They made us do it. We're going to reinstate all the accounts, everybody. We're reinstating them. They're going to be reinstated. Come ask for your account back. So people did. And, you know, much to many people's surprise, they actually got them back. Like Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes got their accounts back, which, like, all right. They're both kind of wild mouthpieces that say some crazy shit, but okay. So they gave them their accounts back. Well, that lasted all of a few fucking hours. So who do you blame now, YouTube? I'm curious. Who is it you're trying to throw under the bus for this one down the road? Because Biden's gone. Most of Biden's appointees that had anything to do with it are gone, potentially facing prosecution. And so, like, I get why you made the letter. Wait, I don't have it. They're not. Well, whatever. Point being, they made their whole little claim. The Biden administration made us do it. Well, then who made you do it this time? Realize how stupid you guys fucking look now? Like, you look completely restarted. Because, I mean, this is just like a week after they announced reinstatements or whatever. A week, 2 weeks, something like that. Not very long. Well, so much for the pilot program allowing banned creators to return. Huh. Interesting. It'll be interesting to see if they find themselves back in the crosshairs and catching flack again. I mean, I know originally they were catching flack because a lot of the people they removed from the platform were like sitting politicians and Congress people and like people who weren't making wild claims and providing little to no supporting evidence. So like I get that one for the first time around. But this time they got nobody to blame. This is all going to fall right in their lap and they're going to look stupid as fuck. They're going to be sitting there holding the bag, looking dumb as a motherfucker. And everybody's going to, what? You can't, there's nobody to throw under the bus this time, Google. Unless, do you have some rogue employees lingering from the Biden administration era, in which case you should have done like Twitter and cleaned house. And maybe you will. Maybe this will be the catalyst to cause YouTube to go in and do a Twitter and eliminate 80% of these shitty, useless employees that are just doing whatever the fuck they want. Who knows? But we're going to watch, and it's going to be interesting. Because, well, it's funny. Like, you couldn't script something to look stupider than YouTube has made themselves look. Like, they've literally shit their own pants and are now like, well, like I don't even know. It was like they shit their pants before. They managed to pass it off like, no, Joe Biden shit our pants. It wasn't us. And they actually got people to believe it, which, okay. So you managed to convince people that the first time you shit yourself, it wasn't actually you and somebody else shit your pants. People gave you the benefit of the doubt and went, okay, yeah, that sounds believable because it was Joe Biden and you wouldn't be surprised to hear that Joe Biden came in and shit somebody else's pants. But you got nobody to blame now.
Nice to meet you.
Now it's
I'm
just
Trash
you
Wolf.
actively oppressing people's freedom of speech. There's no governmental factor twisting your arm or anything like that. It's just you now, YouTube. You've been in the room all by yourself, and your pants are shit again. I don't think you're going to be able to convince anybody that somebody else shit your pants a second time. And like, who would you even try to blame? Would you gonna blame Trump? Like, yeah, Donald Trump had Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones banned. Yeah, it's wild though. But yeah, Jimmy Kimmel gets reinstated, even though it's funny though his ratings are just absolutely tanking, and that's super funny. That brings us great joy. Like even the shills couldn't tolerate him for more than 2 days. Dude, what's in the news? What you got for us today, Twitter? The Grokkopedia. Hey, why not? Wikipedia's sus anyway. Do people still have Netflix subscriptions? Jesus. Y'all nasty. After their whole Cuties movie debacle, I gone. Long gone, ain't never coming back. We'll go back to pirating. Which I don't do. I just find other places to stream stuff. Because pirating takes too much effort. Fuck downloading and eating up my hard drives. Fuck. Didn't he do that? I'm pretty sure that was Trump's thing. Like he came out the gate about like that shit.
Shut government down. We have disagreements about healthcare policy, but you don't shut the government down. You don't use your policy disagreements as leverage to not pay
let
our
them shut it down.
not have essential services of government actually function. You don't say the fact that you disagree about a particular tax provision is an excuse for shutting down the people's government and all the essential services that come along with it. If you look at what Chuck Schumer has said in the past consistently, it's whatever our disagreements are, let's negotiate with them. Let's talk about them. Let's
returns to the highest Today, at my direction, each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS, for every designated combat arms
MOS
position, returns to the highest male standard only.
Yeah, it goes back to the highest test standard that is now, due to the deviation, considered the highest male test standard. Because if combat MOSs can't perform at the highest physical standard, then they shouldn't be in fucking combat MOSs. That doesn't mean there ain't women out there who can, in fact, perform to the highest male standard. There are lots of women out there who I would argue in some cases could outperform a lot of men in terms of performing to the highest male standard of the military readiness and training. It doesn't mean all women can do it. And that doesn't mean the best female performance matches the best male performance. He's literally just saying this nonsense of we reduced the physical requirements so that women could get in MOSs, like combat MOSs. That shit's done because that shit's stupid. You want to see why? Can we make this bigger? I guess I got this. This is a video of a man roughly my size, about 150 pounds. Not exactly big, strapping, and strong. This is two women, one of which probably matches him in terms of weight. Big girl in the back there, probably coming in at about 130, 140 pounds, maybe 150. Two of them struggling. Okay, this is not the one. I want to see the one where it comes to an end, because it's funny. Basically, they struggle, and then a random guy walks up and like salt basically immediately.
He's a game board.
And he's like laughing.
He's not even
It's
trying.
a joke. They're a joke.
They're starting to laugh too. God, he's getting it.
He's in fucking flip-flops.
Well, the cops can't do their jobs. They cannot subdue a 140-pound Hispanic guy.
This is why combat MOSs have to be able to pass the most rigorous male standard. See, originally it wasn't a male standard, it was just the most rigorous standard. Then they polluted what the military is with DEI retardation, and lowered the physical requirement. Sorry, that's dumb. So yeah, I'm here for it. Here for it, Hegseth. We're here for it. Ooh, something new from Crowder. Oh yeah, this is the person apparently who's behind a huge chunk of Wikipedia, which, I mean, whatever. Anybody can aggregate information to the internet, but like, look at this restart. Would you trust this person to be providing valid information consistently? I don't know. Oh, look at that. More leftist ideological violence. Who'd have thought we'd see more of it? Oh, that's right. Me, you, everybody else in the fucking world that's got an IQ of at least double digits. Wild times we're in. Because he played basketball? This man's just an idiot. I've never seen a bigger grifter than Gavin Newscomb. Can we see the comments? They're probably funny. Yeah, looks like they're getting pretty heavily ratioed, as one would expect. As one would expect. Yeah, people, if you take a cursory wander around your internet, your internet third spaces, and I don't just mean your mainstream social medias, you'll find a lot of shit. The left is dead. They've metaphorically chomped the cyanide capsule. Big tech is crumbling and scattering like the roaches they are. The smart ones are attempting to switch sides of the aisle rapidly, latch onto what they can. They understand what's coming. Others think they still hold some semblance of the power they held before. Google, YouTube, blocking and banning people. It's going to go badly for them. People are sick of the shit. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Well, then what's the first one for? How is 11,488 a dog whistle? And that's not even what 1488 stands for, you king restarts. Because the funny part is 1488 actually had nothing to do with Hitler, the Nazis, the SS, or anything like that. 1488 is a white supremacist preset, or well, it's a white supremacist term that stems out of, I think it was the 80s, late 70s, early 80s, random American white supremacist. And it's the 14 words and the 88 precepts, not the letter H, which is funny because these people are so retarded. They'll latch on to something that's actually a thing, as in the 1488 being a white supremacist thing, but will not understand it, and will proceed to make themselves look 100% restarted and debase any possible point they may have been trying to make by showing they
Incoming
have
ad break.
zero understanding of what they're talking about. Because again, they had nothing to do with Adolf Hitler. And on the same, the 14 words in the 88 precept, that's all about like white people. And yeah, Hitler wasn't a white supremacist. Hitler was an Aryan supremacist. Other white races were also beneath Aryans. And the fact that you were white did not save you from anything. Arguably, the people in Russia, Ukraine, Poland, countless other places that Hitler invaded, there were white people there. Lots of them were killed. That doesn't sound like you're elevating the white race as a whole. It sounds like you're elevating your own people, and then even within his own people, there was a superior tier of German person in that Aryan people were considered better than non-Aryan German. So Jim Stewartson's a fucking retard. He's restarted, but you know, anyone who's got a bajillion flags in their bio or in their profile name is clearly a restart. Milo's coming back. Milo's extra spicy. Taking jabs at the Jews. A lot of people taking jabs at the Jews. Yeah, maybe it's founded. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm not concerned with the Jews. Like, what they do is what they do. They control the banks. Yeah, okay. It's why you should make the efforts to get off the teat of the bank. Like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like, if it is as horrible as you think it is, the situation involving the Jews, you're just like feeding into it. You bank through the banks. You don't operate in cash. You don't operate on barter. So you're just feeding the system if it is as you claim it is. So why the fuck would I care what you say? Why would I care about anybody who's like, oh, gosh, the Jews, they run the world. They run everything. They run the banks. Like, okay, well, do you have a bank? I do. Like, okay, well then you're just feeding into the system you're claiming is so stilted and shady and backroom. Then why are you feeding into it? You see how that's retarded, chat? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just raw restartation. Like, the Jews run all the banks, but like, I have to have money, so I use the banks. Well, if the Jews ran all the banks and the money and were this shady cabal, wouldn't they do fucked up shit to your banking situations? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just spitballing and theorizing here. If it was as heinous and whatever as these people like to make it sound, then why do they have banks? Why are they paying money into the bank? Oh, you can't live without money. Yeah, you can. Yep. Okay. At a random disconnect. You sort yourself back out. You sort yourself back out thing. Yeah, all right, there's sound. All right, that's all I needed to know. Yeah, but like I was saying, you know, is Islam heinous? Yeah, just within the writings of its book, there's lots of heinous things. Is there some heinous things in the Quran? Yeah, but arguably far less heinous things that are not the Quran and the Torah, I mean, and yeah, arguably there probably is, but Seems to be a lot less of it in the Torah than the Quran. So, you know, to these people who are like, oh, the Jews and oh, Palestine. What the fuck are you doing? You know, the people who want to take down the Jews, you're all still using banks. Why the Jews controlled all the banks? So if the Jews control all the banks, then why do you use banks? Because if you're using banks and know anything about banking, then you're allowing the Jews to profit off of your money and your hard work. And so do you see how all these people strike me as just being disingenuous facts? Like, you're going to sit there and jump up and down and scream real loud and, the Jews. But then you're going to go cash your bank. You're going to go cash your check at the bank and leave your money in the fucking bank. You know, the very same bank that just moments ago you were freaking, oh, the Jews, they run the bank. Why do you use a bank? See, that's why I struggle to take these people serious when they start to go off the deep end into like deranged theory about controlling the banks and this and that. Because like if they actually believed it, why would they use banks? You know what I mean? Like you see these preppers who they've become certain that, you know, oh, the world's gonna collapse in the near future and we need to be prepared. See, the difference is those people believe what they're saying. How do you know? Well, because they do things like stockpile food and the stuff that would be needed in the event that what they believe will happen ends up happening. You see what that you see the logic there? Like, they believe something, their actions reflect that belief. These people claim to believe the Jews run the world, they control all the banks, they're monsters, and they go and put their money in the bank. I'm sorry, but if you're going to sit there and build your platform on the systems created by the Jews and they use it to control the world and all this shit, and then you just play in the system, I'm sorry, that discredits you, in my opinion. And then, you know, it may be true, the Jews may run the world and it may all be all this shit, but I have no faith in some grifter who's going to sit there, oh, the Jews, and then fucking put their money in the bank, the same banks they swear the Jews control. Like, it's dumb. It'd be like, oh, the police they're killing all the people of color. And then like you drop all your kids off, all the children of color off at the police station because the cops are killing all the, you know what I mean? It's just dumb. It's intellectually dishonest and just at raw face value, fucking dumb. Like, I get it. People can have theory, but don't expect me to believe them when you're saying one thing, doing another, and they're like totally counterintuitive. Crowder's carrying the torch. Alex Jones, I just can't with you, bro. That would kind of be funny. but I doubt it's going to happen because half the shit Donald Trump says is never going to actually happen because he just says it to rile up these idiots. So they fucking run out and shriek and reveal themselves, and everybody around them can know that they're an idiot. The efficiency of it is beautiful. Pro Hamas protesters. Wow. People are retarded. How do you know it's a protest in America? Because there's no American flag. And people are retarded. But like, I love the fucking reaching and stretching that some of these people do. Except the Democrats were running some skis where people came in illegally, then applied for asylum, which granted them a social security number while they waited years to actually like have their hearing, and it's all raw bullshit and done wrong. So yeah, actually they were. And it's fairly easily proven. But, you know, dumb people like Maine here, the Maine wonk, they think they know some shit about some shit, even though, like, they literally have the social security numbers they were given. Wow, well, damn, that kind of debunks it, huh?
ZZZZ.
Yeah, Pando, I know. You're bored. What's new, you snarky little bastard? We're just tripping through the news and laughing at the alphabet. People abandoning Netflix. Nobody cares. Where's the fucking trending tab? I don't care about who to follow. Let's just blow this up. Care, don't care. Well, see, now I'm interested. If they paid out Trump, can the other people who were banned sue them as well? Yeah, of course. Fucking Nvidia is worth more than Meta and Amazon combined. Nvidia makes hardware, bro. Meta uses hardware. Meta relies on hardware. Meta makes fucking internet bullshit. And the funny thing, Meta uses an AI. What do AIs use? Massive banks of graphics cards, of which Nvidia's are the best in the world. I don't know. I don't understand what about that is supposed to be like fucking shocking. Yeah, bro. Nvidia is driving the fucking AI boom, and anyone who wants to be on par with good AI is going to need a lot of Nvidia graphics cards.
Incoming ad break.
Twitter, your news is kind of weak. Anything else about Hegseth? We're going to follow Hegseth. Definitely worth keeping track of what that man has to say. Fat soldiers, woke generals, trans maniac. Yeah, all right, let's see. See what we got.
It's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are. So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private or a 4-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test.
So why is it so controversial for Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to say that we don't want fat generals, that we don't want fat soldiers, that we want people that are serving in the United States military that can meet the weight standards that befit somebody that is an active duty soldier? For some reason, this has become controversial. Now, Pete Hegseth gave a speech today about how wokeness had infiltrated the United States military, and now as a Secretary of War, he needs to change that. And a lot of people don't understand just how far left and how woke the military got. You look at a lot of people nowadays doing TikToks in uniform. They're pushing their leftism. They're heavy. They don't look like the type of people that would strike fear into anybody, but maybe the owners of a buffet. And that's something that Pete Hegseth wants to change. And what people do not realize when we're talking about the United States military, when we're talking about the military that the entire world looks at, is how important it is for us to present and to project force, to project people that are physically fit.
Does this shock anybody? Like, what? I don't know why that would shock anybody.
In dresses. No more identity months, DEI offices, dudes in dresses. No more climate change worship. No more division, distraction, or gender.
The climate change worship was the most annoying part, in my opinion, because all military vehicles have no emissions equipment. All military diesel trucks have no DPF filters, no DEF, no any of it. They come completely deleted for maximum engine efficiency and power generation and lifespan. What do consumers get? We get neutered ass dog shit with components on it designed to fucking grenade within a mere matter of months. And all of it causes problems that shorten the lifespan of the motor, restrict the power of the motor, and lower the efficiency of the motor. But rules for thee and not for we. So like, yeah, the fact that the military at any point was praising climate change at all while running diesel trucks with full deletion that they'll charge people felonies for doing in the public. Yeah, I can see why that's a good
No
thing.
more
At
debris.
least get, the hypocrisy
said
off the
before,
plate.
And we'll say again, we are done with that shit. No more.
Good. Now get rid of the emissions control on my fucking vehicles, please. I know he has nothing to do with that. I'm just like fucking yelling into the void. That's all. See, this is what I mean when he was saying, or when I was saying that raising it to the highest male standard was bringing it back to the test requirement that is now the highest male
And I
standard.
want to be very clear about this. This is not about preventing women from serving. We very much value the impact of female troops. Our female officers and NCOs are the absolute best in the world. But when it comes to any job that requires physical power to
Hates women. Mommy, I did good. Wipe my ass, please. Like, fucking restarted leftist, bro. Nope, he hates women. Even though he's like literally praising women and saying it's not designed to keep women out, but to keep them out of dangerous combat MOSs that they are not physically up to the task of.
perform in combat, those physical standards must be high and gender neutral. If women can make it, excellent. If not,
Wait. I thought he was forbidding the women from doing it because he said the highest male standard. Nope, that's it. All the women, they gotta go to die. I don't understand basic English, but he said male, and I feel like a female, and I don't feel included. In trans restarted leftists, bro. These people are mentally wasted. There's not a brain left in there to appeal to. It's soup. They have soup. The worms are even dead. Their brain worms are dead. The soup is bad.
it is what it is.
Bad soup.
If that means no women qualify for some combat jobs, so be it. That is not the intent, but it could be the result. So be it. It will also mean that weak men won't qualify because we're not playing games. This is combat. This is life or death.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. There are some women out there who will pass that test with no issue. You're going to have men out there who can't pass that test, especially in this new weird woke restart world with all these effeminate she-men. They probably aren't going to be able to pass those tests. But unfortunately, they will find out that the military does have a place to drop the more or less useless and may not be directly a combat role, but it's high risk, and you won't be far from it. So you're probably going to want to get in shape if you find yourself in that situation, in my opinion.
As we all know, this is you versus an enemy hell-bent on killing you. To be an effective, lethal fighting force, you must trust that the warrior alongside you in battle is capable, truly physically capable of doing what is necessary under fire. You know this is the only standard you would want for your kids and for your grandkids. Apply the War Department Golden Rule, the 1990 test, and the E6 test, and it's really hard to go wrong.
Ma, he hates women. My God, people are just rich. Yeah, I want to see some of these retard generals and admirals and shit fucking pass the PT test. Like that fucking stupid fucking furry and the dumb fucking tranny. Yeah, can you guys pass your PT tests? So you didn't look to be in shape. You looked buttery. Twice yearly. All right, fat boys. Get up that rope, fatty. I'm a 4-star general. You can't talk to me like that. I am the Secretary of Defense. Get up that rope, fatty. I hope they live stream. Bro, that's what the military really needs to do. Live stream some of this shit and let us see how pathetic they are. You want to inspire people to join and be their best. Well, then you should probably point out and shame your worst. The full remarks, 45 minutes. Oh, man. Probably just hit 45 minutes of him just butchering people and the sound of them awkwardly shuffling in their seats. They should. The Geneva suggestions can eat my ass. I think they should go right out the window. Maximize efficiency. You're killing people. What is this idea that, like, there has to be dumb rules about how to kill?
We fight wars to win, not to defend. Defense is something you do all the time. It's inherently reactionary and can lead to overuse, overreach, and mission creep. War is something you do sparingly, on our own terms, and with clear aims. We fight to win. We unleash overwhelming and punishing violence on the enemy. We also don't fight with stupid rules of engagement. We untie the hands of our warfighters to intimidate, demoralize, hunt, and kill the enemies of our country. No more politically correct and overbearing rules of engagement. Just common sense, maximum lethality, and authority for warfighters. That's all I ever wanted as a platoon leader. We are preparing.
I mean, yeah, you're training people to stack bodies, and their employment is to stack bodies. The idea that you invest that much money in teaching someone how to stack bodies, and then to be like, all right, but like you can't stack bodies unless like these prerequisites have been met. What? Is it an enemy combatant? Yeah, but he hasn't like he hasn't shot at you yet, so you can't do anything. What? It's an enemy combatant. Like, hey, they want to talk all the shit and
challenging Americans to get
bag on RFK. That's another one. He just talks a little fucked up. He's got he had a medical condition.
Challenge today: 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups. You try to get under 5 minutes. How'd you do?
We got close. I was about 5:25. You were right behind me.
We had a couple of Marines here.
One beat 3 minutes, a couple beat 4 minutes. Pretty impressive.
It was President Trump who inspired us to do this. This is the beginning of our tour, challenging Americans to get back in shape, eat better, but also you need to get out and exercise. And we have a challenge. There's another cabinet member who we hope would show up today. We told him there was a cabinet meeting here. But anyway, we want to send.
So yeah, they're just antagonizing the dumb. I mean, to be fair, he's talking about like people in combat, and you know the commander of people in combat. The president doesn't really command the army the same that like a general does, because it's delegated down to generals and admirals things of that nature. But the man's also 80 years old, so like, the fuck do you want from him? But yeah, the president is not an enlisted service member. He is an elected commander in chief. So, swing and a miss. Your joke falls flat there, Mark, you Canadian. Yeah, super funny that like the left, all they can ever do is misconstrue stuff. So they can't engage anything on a like factual and legitimate level. This will be funny. Yeah, we've all done that before. Anybody who's had to use the skateboard and tried to pop it up conveniently for grabbing, we've all been there, Pete. I feel you. I feel you. You handled that with grace. You handled that with grace. I mean, yeah, that's kind of the problem. I need to use the restroom, please. I will be right back.
Did you know you can pet me? Check out the Pet Cafe.
Take off.
Incoming ad break.
It's great. There's nothing else, Ray. You need to. No, sorry, Ray. It's not dinner time yet. Yeah. All right, I'm sorry about that. My mooies were hollering, and I had to go out into the pasture and see what was going on. They're fine. They're just hollering mooies. So I don't know. They've got. I think they're just mad that it's raining. I think they're mad about it raining. But unfortunately, mooies, I don't control the sky water, so I can't help them. There's a barn out there. They can go in it. It's open. They can go inside. They choose not to. So it is what it is. Mooies are not the brightest. Let's get back to. I don't think there's really going to be much more about Pete Hegseth. Seems to be pretty cut and dry. Elimination of the relaxed PT standard. PT requirements for the higher up. I'm not seeing what the drama is. I mean, it's the left though, so like, there's always fucking drama. And then they could whine, cry, and freak out about everything. Like, you used a toilet? What? Racist. You didn't shit straight into your open hand? Bigot. That's just the level of the left's at. I'm sorry, but that's the way I see them. Anything you say or do, if you disagree on one thing, then everything you say or do is wrong, and they'll go out of their way to avoid it. I really think Trump should, make an official statement that, like, you shouldn't eat your own poop and drink your own pee or smear either of the two mixed together into your open eyes. Just because I'm curious how many leftists would just like hop straight to it. You know what I mean? How long would it take before the videos start hitting Twitter of lefties just like eating a straight Duke right out of their poop smeared hand? I don't think it would really take them that long, because it never takes them long. Like, they came out and said Tylenol may be related to higher autism levels. The people who make Tylenol came out and were like, yeah, pregnant women should not be taking this at all. We've been saying that forever. What does the left do? A bunch of pregnant women go running out and they're like, yeah, I'm going to take a bunch of Tylenol. You can't tell me. These people are fucking insane. Like, that's what I'm getting at. These people are legitimately, like, defunct insane. But this is where we're at as a society right now. Crazy retards butt chugging Tylenol. Ray, it's not dinner time. Go take a nap. I brought you in because it was raining and I didn't want you to be super muddy. Lay down. No. The no fatties speech. That's kind of funny. I guess we'll look into the shutdown. It's kind of, the usual bullshit. The left threatens to take the whole country hostage because they won't concede on geisting the people out of more and more money. I mean, dumb people exist everywhere. The majority of the right still wants Epstein evidence released, but we have a functioning brain, and we've seen that the times it was called for to be released were blocked by Democrat appointed judges, both of which were Obama era appointed judges, I might add. And Obama just happens to be the same administration that gave Epstein his sweetheart deal in the first place. When Trump was the informant who worked with the FBI and helped them pin him down the first time. It was in the Obama era that he was released due to being an intelligence asset. So, I say release it. Release whatever there is. Obviously, not anything that's like heinous CSAM material. That's obviously not what anybody wants to see. But like the logical things that you have, the evidence you used shy of outside of the heinous CSAM. Just insert asterisks CSAM content here. But see, the left would fucking flip their shit and be like, no, you didn't, you edited it. This is edited. You modified it. That's probably a picture of Trump. We have to see the CSAM because they're sick fuck pedo monster granny weirdos.
Incoming ad break.
This man hit the nail on the head there. That's what most Trump supporters do want. Shut the bulk of the government down, period. We'll re-implement things as they're needed. Great, go take a nap. How are you gonna apply credence to a quote from before the man was ever president? When he was just a civilian. So he's talking about the optics. One would argue, I would argue, talking about the optics makes the president look weak. Yeah, because back in 2013 there was zero transparency, at all. It was Obama era. Trump voters want the government shut down. I don't know what about that's hard to understand. What is basically what the Conservative Party is pretty much what used to be your libertarian. We want the government trimmed down to the absolute bare minimum. I don't mean like the military and things like that are of valid need. I mean the over-bloated bureaucracy, which is what's threatening to shut down, which, no, okay. Shut down, watch things be better for everybody, and you debase yourselves. It's really not rocket science. These people are retarded. They're completely retarded. Yeah, just shut down. That's fine. Like, just because you 30% refuse to fucking be reasonable, leading to a shutdown, it's fine. But we really don't care. The more you shut down, the happier we are. Pretty straightforward, y'all. We're not the left. We don't feel we need the government there to hold our hands and wipe our butts and tell us, we're a good boy. We make you so proud. You're barking up the wrong tree. You're gonna shut the government down. Good. Good. Shut it down. That'll suck power out of all the little state Democrat run mayor retards, and then they'll just have the National Guard there. And when the inevitable riots erupt, because the leftists can't be rational, they have to be insane and violent, they'll erupt into violence, and the National Guard will clap cheeks. All right. I couldn't imagine being so, like, retarded that I like celebrate the other side getting like exactly what they want and then like pat myself on the back like I've won. Like, oh, they want to shut down the government. Oh my God, they're good. It's going to be their fault when the government shuts down. But we want the government to shut down. We want it to trim down. We want it to reveal just how much of it is over bloat, waste, fraud, and abuse. So we can trim all that cancer off. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Shut it down. It's fine. Let it shut down. Take me back to trending. Eggs, how the fuck is this something that's even trending? This is years old and heinous. Not really a lot left. Kind of dwindling. We're dwindling. Well, shit. It's in the news. We already glossed over that. Trump posts AI video. Oh, I'm sure this will be. Sure, this will be funny. Where's the video? I want to see the video. I'm interested. What 5 Republicans? Oh, these are just random people. Okay, it's irrelevant. You asked 1,300 idiots, and you feel like that's a big to do. Good, let them fucking crash out. Yeah, but it's for illegals. It's a $1.5 trillion bloat for things that aren't even fucking citizens. Like programs that aren't even for citizens. I don't mean things. I'm not calling people things. For programs, for things that are not for U.S. citizens. Yeah, absolutely. Shut it down. Shut it down. I don't give a fuck. It ain't gonna harm me none. I'm a self-sufficient American. Ain't nothing I rely on the government for. So yeah, shut it down. See how long we can go. Let's see how long it makes it before the Democrats start eating each other in their own cities. I'd give it till 9 p.m. the day of the shutdown. I don't know if we can like take bets on these platforms. Kick, maybe. Rumble, I don't know. Twitch, probably not. YouTube, I honestly don't care. They probably said more than enough already for them to like ban me. So I don't really care about that. We'll just keep shotgunning our way through that all, dumping stuff on YouTube, and we don't expect it to get monetized. It won't be monetized. YouTube would never monetize us. But, bait in the water, keep throwing things at the wall till they stick. All them good metaphors for just like shotgun brute forcing up the use of a platform. We're not threatening people with a shotgun. It's a metaphorical term for applying a bunch of things at the same time and seeing which ones work. Because that's pretty much what I use the YouTube for. I just drop bulk files there and then like shorts. I mainly just drop shorts there because that's the way Twitch likes to give the better editor, and then I pipe them from there to somewhere else. So YouTube in reality is kind of just like an intermediary and a repository. I mean, if that's what the cause of the shutdown is that not informational? Let's go look at the comments. Wow, look at that. Who'd have guessed? Leftists misconstruing things, trying to sound like they know what they're talking about. Hatch Act does not apply to the president or vice president.